Welcome to Crotoni Entertainment. I'm Chris.
I'm Bree.
And I did something professional today.
Look, paints!
These are the colors we're going to use today. We're going to be painting some HeroQuest today. We're using All Citadel for no other reason, and that's what I happened to grab for these miniatures. Nazdreg Yellow Contrast, Aggressor Shade, Steel Legion Drab, Carrick Stone, Ushabti Bone, and Pallid Witch Flesh. Those are the colors we're using in that order. We're also using the Hexwraith Flame, the Aethermatic Blue, the Eshin Grey, and the Abaddon Black. Spoiler alert, the Eshin Grey and the Abaddon Black are for the base, because we have some consistency here. So look, I did something professional. I did something actual YouTubian. YouTubish.
Is that can we be YouTubians?
YouTubian.
Welcome to YouTubia.
YouTubia. This is what we're painting. It's a gargoyle from HeroQuest.
He's not a gargoyle.
This is the best part about HeroQuest.
Is he a gargoyle?
That's the gargoyle.
Okay, he's a gargoyle.
Here we go. Nazdreg Yellow.
I killed that.
Nazdreg Yellow, whole model. Yeah, you did with the staff.
I did.
The clutch staff.
Clutch staff, man.
Every time we play HeroQuest, Bree runs in with... No, you didn't have a staff in that quest. You had a dagger. It was the clutch dagger.
It was the clutch. That's true.
Every time we
That's
play...
where I found the staff.
Yes, every time we play HeroQuest, Bree runs in with the wizard, because she's playing the wizard and the dwarf in our home campaign. She runs in with the wizard and kills the biggest bad in the room with a one-dice staff or dagger. It's actually pretty funny. Anyway, we're painting Nazdreg Yellow. Why? Because he's clearly a statue. He's got the texture on the miniature. He's got like this cracking texture. He's clearly supposed to be a stone gargoyle. This is one of the few minis of the new HeroQuest I think is not as cool as the old HeroQuest. The old gargoyle, his hands were too big, his head was too big, but he was cool looking. This one looks like he's from the Disney TV show Gargoyles.
Wait, are you saying that Goliath...
I'd never watched much of the show. I was aware of it. I never watched much of it. Much like Street Sharks. Remember Street Sharks?
I do remember Street Sharks.
Anyway,
I actually had a Street Shark.
Jealous.
Yeah.
I'm going to go buy one now. If anybody...
No.
Can I get them in Canada? Tim Hortons?
No. What? No.
Anyway, painting it yellow. Why are we painting it yellow? Because he's a stone gargoyle. Why is it yellow stone? Because that's what I want to do. And that's what's going to happen. Because we're going to our Aggressor Shade and we're going to wash this whole thing once the Nazdreg Yellow has dried. You see that thing in the corner there? I was working on other stuff while I was waiting for it to dry. And here's where the professionalism fell apart because I didn't take it out of the camera frame. I also need to get a new thingy, a new base platform. I usually do the backgrounds as like black foam core, and it gets beat up over time. The last time I was at the dollar store, they didn't have any.
There's a new Dollar General that opened up.
It's $1.25 now.
But this is a Dollar General, not a dollar store.
So it's $7.
Wait. Oh.
So anyway, we're doing the Aggressor Shade. Why? Because we're doing sandstone.
Ooh.
Because everything in HeroQuest is designed to be medieval Europe style. Here's Steel Legion Drab, a lot of the grays, Greystone over and over again. The map itself.
Stop like right there.
Dry brush time. Heavy dry brush of the Steel Legion Drab over the yellow that's been washed.
You could almost like stop right like at here
You could stop at almost any of these points going from here onto the end. So this is almost an intermediate level, even though we're doing just very basic techniques. This whole miniature is wash, dry brush, and then a little bit of semi-precision brush painting at the end. This is a very, very easy miniature to do. It's a centerpiece miniature for the game. And I figured, again, you see a lot of the gray stone on the map. You see a lot of gray stone in the doors. You see a lot of gray stone in the other stuff. I wanted to do like this has been imported to the dungeon. You got it from Pier 5. Was that what it's called? Pier 5 Imports. Is that what it's called? Is that the store? Pier 25? Pier 1 Imports. This is Pier 5 because it's got more imports.
It's a couple piers down.
It's partially owned by Tim Hortons. We're going to the Carrick Stone. We're doing another dry brush on top of the Steel Legion Drab, but a little bit less paint this time. And a lot of this is done by feel. There's not an exact measure for how much paint to use. You don't have to use the Citadel paint. You can use any colors you want. These are just the ones I grabbed. I went for sandstone. If you don't want sandstone, you could apply this technique to Greystone. You could apply it to do like white marble. I should have done white marble. You could apply it to white marble. Do we have
more than one him?
No, but we have some other stuff. We have some other cool stuff. Okay. But I want to make it look like they brought this in.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Why are you?
I'm like pushing your leg.
You really are. I wish you people could see this. He's like trying to push me away.
So
he doesn't want you to hear me.
Ushabti Bone, an even lighter touch of dry brush of the Ushabti Bone, because really, every time we do a progressively lighter dry brush, it's only really grabbing the higher and higher points in the miniature, so you're seeing a little bit of every color underneath. And again, you could have stopped before this. You can keep going past this. We're going to do another stage past this. And I wanted to make it look like this was brought in. It's like an enchanted sandstone.
From Pier 5 Imports?
From Pier 5 Imports at Tim Hortons. So we go into our final highlight of dry brushing next, and that's going to be Pallid Witch Flesh. I could have used white, but I wanted to use something that had a little bit of that
gray.
creaminess in it.
Well, yeah, it's like
I call those my cream colors.
Those are your cream colors?
Yes, I actually put Ushabti Bone is like among my cream colors. And there's almost no Pallid Witch flesh on this brush. And again, I wipe most of it off. And now I'm just dry brushing on. Just enough to catch on the edges. Just enough to give that final layer of highlight to it. And then we effectively have our sandstone gargoyle done. But that's not enough for me.
Because you're extra.
Well, I want it to make it look like it's a magically enchanted sandstone gargoyle. And there's all these wonderful cracks running along the miniature.
Yes. Yes.
And he has eyes. Lots of things have eyes. So we've got all these cracks.
Never wanted to create a t-shirt more in my life.
So we've got the Hex-Ray Flame and the Ethermatic Blue.
Things have eyes.
And with a thinner brush, we're painting the eyes with the Hex-Ray Flame.
Ooh.
We're going to use the Ethermatic Blue to paint all the cracking. Now, here's where it's actually important. You're not going to be able to successfully paint these colors truly in the eye sockets and in the cracks because there's too much dark shade. What you are actually trying to do is you're running your brush through the cracks because you want the majority of the paint to flow in there.
Yeah.
But you want your brush to go beyond the cracks because you want it to seem like there's a glow coming out of them.
Oh.
And there are a lot of really advanced techniques for making truly spectacular looking glow effects on miniatures. This is the
not
absolute.
That miniature.
No, this is not that. This is the simplest way to evoke the feel of a glow coming from the recesses without doing multiple steps because this Ethermatic Blue is so transparent of a shade that it's if you get the majority of your brush bristle into the cracks, what's left over and overflows is going to be somewhat translucent and it's going to give you a marvelous sort of glow effect. So I'm not going to show you every single crack on the miniature because it does take a little bit to do this, but not that long. But as you're wrapping that up, you should have something that looks a little bit like this.
By the way, you guys, if I had tied Chris's hands together during that whole speech, he wouldn't have been able to talk.
It's true. I am Italian. Actually, I'm Sicilian.
You're
Sicilian. So I speak with my hands a lot.
Oop, Gray, on the base.
This is the phase where there's nothing left to talk about, really, because this is a quick miniature. It was very, very quick to paint. Taking drying time out, how long do you think I spent on this miniature last night? You sat there while I painted. I actually did this last night.
Did you?
Actual paint time?
I got through 4 days in Stardew Valley. 6 days in Stardew Valley.
Well, that's not the only thing I did last night. I was also painting other bases while I was painting him. We take out dry time. This probably only took about 30 minutes. And there he is. So you've got them all done. You've got like this cool sandstone effect. You can do this with any color. So you can do this with terracotta if you wanted to. I'm going to do some terracotta stuff later.
Cool.
But you've got those blue glow lines coming out of him. And your gargoyle is done. And he looks awesome. And he looks glowy. And he looks magical. And he's ready to go kill some heroes in HeroQuest.
Woo!
So keep painting your HeroQuest miniatures. Like and subscribe for more content. Hit the bell button for notification. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye, Gargoyle Butt.